so that was just a pretty simple, example of me just comping in my left hand and sort of trying to add a whole bunch of stuff that I might not normally play, just to demonstrate, how your left hand can be involved even when the melody is not doing too much. So, maybe it was being a little busier than I otherwise may have been, but just sort of to demonstrate that your left hand has all this power just by playing the same thing, the same chord, but creating sort of rhythmic ways to play it. So short and punchy stuff, as opposed to sort of long, more held out sort of harmonies. So there's a big difference between creating something that's like sustained and creating something punchy. Right? So I'm kind of going back and forth between a sustained harmony and a punchy harmony. Or a sustained sort of comping pattern, something when I'm playing the chord, I'm letting it ring out, and then playing something that's a bit more punchy and rhythmically articulated. So all these different ways to play with our left hand. So that's sort of one option. Left hand comping, right hand playing that single note melody. Now there's one other very pianistic way to play melodies, especially on standards and things like this, and that is to play the melody in two hands. So a lot of the times what piano players will do is they'll play the melody in the right hand and in the left hand, and they'll play it in a 2-octave gap. So as opposed to playing it here, which is in octaves, they'll leave an octave space, and they'll play it down here. Now you can do this anywhere on the piano. I mean, you could do it way down the bass register or way up in the upper register of the piano. But primarily, this is a really good range to play that two-handed, doubling the melody in both hands and still leaving that octave gap. You could probably play it down here. But that bass might be getting a little too low, and if you played it up here, that upper melody might be getting a little too high. So let me just play a little bit of this so you can hear what it sounds like to play this melody, in two hands. Okay, so there's an example of me kind of playing that melody with two hands. So those are the two options. Comping with the left hand, playing the melody with your right, or option number 2, playing the melody in both hands and leaving that octave gap in between.
Thanks for taking a look at this video. If you'd like to be notified the next time I release free content on YouTube, you can click on the subscribe button on this page. It's absolutely free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, if you'd like to study with me for free for 30 days, click on the Piano Success Playbook in the bottom left-hand side, and you'll get 30 days of lessons absolutely free of charge. I look forward to working with you in the next lesson.